everybody. Welcome to the Studying Brew, episode 751 for this beautiful Monday evening. It is the KonaCatchphrase. That's where we test those observational skills that we teach in our test-taking techniques. We had a great turnout on Saturday for our workshop, and we're going to put those skills to test today on the Monday KonaCatchphrase. It's the game that's sweeping the nation. But first off, my name is Andy. I am the guy that answers all the phone calls, text messages, all that great stuff. But you're not here for me. You're here for Brandy. She's got her Series 6, 63, 26, 65, and her Series 7, which makes her more than qualified to teach you all the things you need to know. So that way you too can strut hard this August and get that pass notice. And because you know why?
Why?
Why is it, Brandy?
Because it's a hot past summer.
You're supposed to let me say why, not you say why. Oh, boy. Anyways, okay. Well, we had a great weekend. It was a lot of fun. It was very busy, very productive. I got some good news for all you members. We got some brand new videos going to be hitting your members area. Brand new products and risk videos. Oh my gosh, it is. I think there's like 55 of them, all nice and short and small, and just ready for you to learn. You guys are gonna love them. They're all upgraded. They're all great.
Now I have to get to work. See, it's like I have to work, and then he does a lot.
I don't know if it was 55 of them, but it's a lot of them. It's a lot. It's not that many, but anyways, anywho, so we'll have another version of the 21-day plan with new stuff on it. So we're gonna have brand new stuff hitting again, and we're gonna keep building up all the different 21-day plans and putting out new material for all you members. And so you guys are gonna get the latest and the greatest. And then study guides should be hitting sometime in the fall, I'm hoping.
Yeah, because I've already got the first half of the second chapter of 65 done.
Yay! So yeah, we had a great weekend. So productive weekend.
Yes.
And I know it's month end, and I know a lot of you guys are on the grind. But I'll say this: look, consistency. You cannot have success without consistency.
Correct.
It's not guaranteed, but if you don't have consistency, it's guaranteed you will not have success.
Ooh.
It's just that simple.
That is so true.
If you don't keep it consistent, you're not going to have success, and you can't have success without consistency. It's just not going to work. So you got to make sure that you're getting it done. I know your day is busy. I know you don't understand, Andy. I have this appointment. I got that appointment. I got to make this numbers. I got to do this. I got that. I got this due and that due. Look, save it for your mama. There's a lot of people on here that's got all the same challenges, all the same things, but they're getting it done anyway. It's a time of adjustment. It's not a time of quitting. You can't quit. You don't want to quit, because guess what? You just be back where you're at. And if you're sick and tired of being in the same treadmill every single dang month, there's only one way off, my friend. That's to do something different, adjust your life, adjust everything you got to do, accomplish those goals, just make it happen. Make it happen. I can't be any more deliberate than that. And you have to just be that intent. Mm-hmm. You have that much intent to make it happen and get it done. And guess what? We had some great success this last weekend. But I want to get into that whole membership thing and getting this thing going, because if you want those online courses, you want to see all that new stuff that we got coming, if you want to be a part of those live sessions that you guys hear about from all our passers and the techniques and all this stuff that helps you just get through this. I mean, shout out to our MVP of the month. I don't have to say it, right? But I'll say it again. Angel passed 4 exams in 52 days, guys, start to finish, like literally cracked the book. Started his study process 52 days later, completely done with the SIE, the 6, 63, and 26. Done.
Yep.
Stamp. Done. Guys, he didn't even take the whole summer to get it done.
And
he's not special than any of you on here. He's not any more special than any of you on there. He's just a lot more consistent.
What the heck?
So you got to make that happen. And I don't know what Brandy just did, but
Notability is being
so something just crashed. But getting back to it, if you want to join in all that, we'll have the QR codes, and we'll have the scan. Just scan the QR code on the screen, hit the links in the chat, get onto that 52-day commitment. That's all he did, but you can do this in your own time. We have a 21-day plan that gets you through each one of the different exams. And as Angel demonstrated, you can do it a lot faster than that. So it's up to you. So if you want to join in on that, you want to get the study guides, you got the orientation replay explains everything. We got the Kona community that you can join up. It's our 24/7 study hall. That's literally where you can drop questions, ask questions. I had a great question on there, Brandy. You didn't answer it yet, but I kind of answered it, but you're the authority. Zoila asked, hey, I've been like studying and giving myself Mario Brothers temporary tattoos all over my arms when I get things right.
Yeah.
When I go take my exam, is that going to be okay to go in the exam room with it? And I said, I don't think there's a problem with it unless Mario is carrying a shell that says a variable annuities on it, or he's like sitting on a mushroom that says options.
Yeah, I think you're I think the official word, the official thing is obviously no writing, right? And if there's no words, there's really nothing that,
Right.
There's really nothing that they could hold against you.
Yeah, because then everybody with real tattoos couldn't be able to take an exam.
I mean, I got words tattooed. I mean, they don't say variable annuity.
It's a good thing.
But no, I don't think that they can stop you from taking a test, even if you have the temporary tattoos on, just as long as there's no words.
But that was a question that was left in there.
Yeah.
See, guys, that's the stuff that I'm talking about. So that way you can get that help. You can get that, whatever question you need, you can join in on that. It's free to join. Hit the link in the chat, scan the QR code. We have a Telegram. You can reach me over there, or you can get me on 866-HEY-KONA. That's where you can also get me at 866-439-5662. That's our phone number. Leave me a voicemail, text. I'll get back to you as soon as possible. I know there's a lot of people that like to leave me emails. I know that's older generation, right? But you guys can text me over there at that phone number as well. We got live sessions happening tomorrow. SIE and Series 6. SIE, we are going over what, Brandy?
The Federal Reserve Board and the rates.
The FRB and the rates. Could you not be more topical on these ones? And not only is it like topical what's going on in the world right now, but it is highly tested.
Yes, it is.
So you want to make sure you're in there, and the members, you get access to all these different sessions, by the way. So that's 7 a.m. in Hawaii, 10 a.m. Pacific, 11 a.m. Mountain, 12 p.m. Central, 1 p.m. in the East. Make sure to make note of that for your time zone. And also, I want to say that we are using the July code still. I will make the big switch on Wednesday. So I know it's August tomorrow, but we'll be using that July code. So if you're still a member, go ahead and use that July member code tomorrow.
Yes.
I will make all the switches on Wednesday. Series 26 live. The 26 live, we are going over live techniques. 9 a.m. in Hawaii, 12 p.m. Central, 1 p.m. in Mountain, 2 p.m. Do that again. 9 a.m. Hawaii, 12 p.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Central, 2 p.m. Central. 1 p.m. Mountain, 2 p.m. Central, 3 p.m. in the East. I don't know what's going on there, but we got through it. Yeah. So check your local listings on the screen. That's what I should have just said. Check your local listings on the screen and be there. Where? There. Yes. July code
at that time.
And tune in on for that. Hey, and if you got nothing going on, I mean, I imagine you all have something to do tomorrow.
Yeah.
So remember, this session will be recorded. Both sessions will be recorded. They'll be released later that day. Mm-hmm. And so you can make sure that you're making those numbers. So if you can't be there for whatever reason, they'll be recorded and you guys will get them in your email later that day, if not the next day. Yeah. So that's what happens. And the Series 26, if you're able to be on there live and you're studying like the SIE, the 63, I would watch it. I would just watch, because those are techniques that are universal. The questions may not be yours, but you know what? The techniques, the strategies, the way she goes about it, if you got nothing going on and you want to listen in, go ahead. And that's what you do as members. You guys get all of that access. So you can make that happen. All right. If you're not following me on Instagram, if you're not following me on all the different social medias, we got the Telegrams, we got it on, where else do I have it? Facebook. Yeah, everywhere.
Discord.
All I know is when they give me a picture and they let me know, I add another one to the Kona Hall of Fame. Because you know why, Brandy?
Why?
We got passers. Yes, we do. We got passers. Yes. It was a nice weekend of passers. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. First up, I want to say congratulations to Ricardo Rizzo. He passed the SIE, got it done in that 21-day period, got it done in the month. Congratulations, Ricardo, on passing the SIE. So thank you, everyone, for the support and encouragement. I have no words on describing how I feel right now. Ready for the Series 6, and all glory to God, because it is his call on me. Especially thanks to KonaButterflyz for the system they have in place. So congratulations, Ricardo Rizzo. He is an RVP in the move in LA. So congratulations, and let's just get this thing done. Let's call it done by the end of the year. You'll be getting that contract, right? So let's make it happen. We got Crystal Marino. She is one of our Hall of Famers. She passed the Series 65 with us. She took all of the study strategies that we give you guys. We teach you techniques. We teach you guys skill sets that carry on to different exams. If you've been following us for a while, you know that we have passers that don't even, it's not even securities related in what we teach. Like we get people with like tattoos.
Yeah.
They get people with the nursing licenses, teaching licenses.
Mm-hmm.
We've had all kinds of different, what other ones?
A lot of, so many just different professional exams.
So many different professional exams, and they applied it. And this, she took what we taught her when she was studying for the 65, applied it to her MLO exam, passed it, techniques in the house, got it done. Congratulations, Crystal Marino, for passing her MLO. Big whoop whoop. She says couldn't have done it without learning those skill sets. So congratulations. And then we also got this guy.
Yes.
Yeah. So he happens to be on, and I want to say congratulations to Stephen Walton. Even his wife's on here right now. This guy, he has now accomplished getting that Series 26. He's the newest principal in the house. This guy he's like, what do they say? He always hit me up and says, man, I'm not technology savvy, but yet he made it work and he made it happen.
Yeah.
He's like, he ain't going to stop me.
That's right.
And he got it done. Congratulations to Stephen Walton. I could go on and on about you, my friend, but I'd rather you talk about you and let all these fine people know how you got this thing done. So go ahead and mute yourself and let all the people know. Congratulations, sir.
Well, thank you. Thank you. I just want to say one, thank you to God, first and foremost. And second, to you guys. I tried it without you guys the first time, and I got these really high scores, and I just walked in there with all the confidence in the world. And, I got that super low score, and I'm going, what did I do wrong? I had no idea until I logged into Kona, and Brandy said, one thing, just try a different Q bank. And I worked with that other Q bank, and it made all the difference in the world. Now, there was so many different techniques that I used. Let me go back. I want to go back and say, without Andy and Brandy, it wouldn't have happened. Without my team, it wouldn't happen. First and foremost, it was you guys, the team pushing me, Andy and Brandy, giving me the tools that I need. I'll say, why wrong? Why right? Those things makes all the difference in the world. Just going back and looking over what you got wrong and asking that question, the ohms, invaluable. I can't say enough. And then they mentioned consistency. I haven't been as consistent as I'd like to be, as consistent as I see other people being. Like, for instance, the guy I see on the screen, Timothy Lewis, every time I get on here, he's there. He's doing everything that it takes, and I go, and I see the members of my team doing the exact same thing. You guys are here. You guys just working and encouraging me, and I go, I can't let you down. My coaches, Stafisha and Viv, the way they've been there the whole time, I have to say that's my daughter and my daughter-in-law, so it's kind of extra special. But they were the ones that got us into the business, and I'm thankful for the opportunity. My wife and I, we talk about it all the time, just how thankful we are to be here, and I'm just trying to lead from the front for our team. So that's it.
That's everything. That's everything. That's all. I mean, if you ain't taking notes on that and you're not like paying attention, I don't know what to tell you guys. You need to watch the replay and really take notes on that, because that is everything. That's all of it. The techniques, the ohms, the consistency, being honest with yourself. He was, he was honest. Like, I'm not as consistent as I want to be, but you know what? That's the honesty you need to have with yourself and getting anything done.
Yeah.
And I appreciate that. And I also appreciate all of your teammates being on here and everybody just raising that bar. Definitely congratulations to Team Bulletproof and Stefisha and Viv. We are so grateful to them, and we always give them a big hug and a good old fist pump, because they're just an amazing couple, and it's amazing. They left their parents with us. You know what I mean? So that's love right there.
Exactly.
So congratulations. What do you got, Brandy?
No, yes. And when Stephen was on, he would ask questions, and guys,
he came prepared.
His questions weren't always content, which was awesome. They were also like, wait.
Intangibles.
Can you do that again?
Right.
Let me see that technique again. Guys, asking questions is so vital. It just kind of ties everything in, and it makes it clearer for you, no matter what those questions are.
Yeah, and those techniques and things we teach, guys, it's a skill set. It's one of those things that it helps being in a live session where we have set up where you can ask questions, because you might be seeing it, but you're not getting like a certain part of it, and it helps to hear that and like be able to have that feedback. And Stephen just took advantage of all that and said, you know what, I'm gonna do it.
Yep.
And I'm glad you humbled yourself after that first loss and said, you know what, I'm just do something different. And then you stuck to it. So
coachable.
He was coachable.
Yes.
He was coachable. That's a leader right there.
That is. Yep.
So congratulations. I don't know if you're moving on to the Series 65. He is. All right. Well, we ain't done with you yet. Let's get that financial advisor and let's make it happen.
Yes.
You
know what part of the thing that I love about our program is that when people like kind of start really using those techniques and realizing that, if you just keep it simple and use the techniques like we're going to show you guys tonight, that like an exam like the Series 65 that seemed so elusive and so like, oh, I'm not getting that exam. I'm not even going to attempt it. That's way beyond my pay grade, right? That we now have people who are like, yeah, actually, I am going to get the 65 now. I think that is amazing.
Yeah. And you should not be intimidated by these exams. And I hope that our ohms and our test taking techniques and our way of doing this stuff, guys, empowers you to be like, you know what, these exams are not going to intimidate me. I've got a tactic. I got a strategy. I'm not going to go at this thing like I was 11 years old, just learned how to do a multiple choice exam. No, I got an adult way of going about this to pass adult exams. And then that can further you, and you not only just in your business, but to help in your community, guys. Exactly. At large, your community at large needs you. How many people have these licenses, Brandy?
627,000 people only.
Less than half of that are women, and less than half of that is a woman of color.
Yes.
So you tell me if those communities need what's going on in these with these licenses.
We need you.
And we need representation across the board in every single community, guys. I know that there's this false sense, and some people think out there that the government's going to be there. This is, Social Security is going to help take care of them, in their older age. These things are not going to happen. It's your community. It's your family at risk here. You got to get out there, get it done. They trust you. They need you. That's what's at stake here. So let's keep that in mind when we have this mission. It's not all about just commissions. It's not all about just raising our bar and getting to another level, but the communities at large need us to be out there. We need a Steven out there.
Yes.
We need Alessandro out there who can speak Spanish and talk to people that, are in that market, right? We need a Rose Sipa who's out there and, in her community. We need a Donna French. We need all these people, a Cindy, a Sally, all these people that come on here. Timothy Lewis out there in Ohio, always here at 1 a.m., by the way, in East Coast time. Guys, that's what's at large here. That's what's at stake. We need you guys to get this thing done. So let's get motivated. Let's do this. We got test taking techniques right now. KonaCatchphrase. Let's play a game. So if you have not been on here before, play this KonaCatchphrase game. What this is is this is a nice little way of testing your observation skills. It's one of the things we talked about. Stephen talked about just now. He said ohms are invaluable. Ohms is an acronym for how we go about it when you're a member. But we just went over it last night in our members only. We really took it apart. But it's an acronym for how we look at our questions and our answers, right? So tonight, what we're going to ask you to do is we just want you to simply look at the answers and the questions, but we want you to do this. We want you to observe what's going on those answers. Don't just look for, oh, I think that's A, based on content. Look at what those answers are telling you and what they're pointing out. Do you see answer choices that are opposite of each other? Do you see some of them that have words like only, right? Never, always. Do you have those kinds of things in there? Do you see things that are just like plain old observations from your own experience from living on this earth that you're like, oh, I know that's kind of like real estate right there. Oh, that doesn't make sense, or that does make sense. Guys, those kinds of connections are invaluable because you're really having a full look at it, your whole view picture. So we're going to test that by asking you, what do you see in those answers? Put in the chat what you think are those connections, what those observations are, what those patterns are, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then we're going to read the question, and then you're going to see what those, you're going to do the same exact thing. You're going to observe, you're going to look for those key words. You're not going to just tell me it's A. Don't tell me it's B. Don't tell me the answer is C. Look for those observations. Look for those key words, because we're trying to master a technique and a skill set here.
Mm-hmm.
See how you're lining up with that skill set and that technique. And then when we had everybody answer up, Brandy's going to say that's enough. And then you just see how you line up with Brandy on how you made those observations. And that's how you get better at a skill set, right?
Right.
You have someone teach you the basics, then you get to test it, and then you see how you line up, and then you can go from there and get better.
Right.
All right, let's play. All right, D, neither breakpoints nor rights of accumulation. C, breakpoints. B, rights of accumulation. A, both breakpoints and rights of accumulation. Yeah, right away, right? We're doing A and D, right? Or are totally different.
Right.
Or opposites, right?
These are opposite. Mm-hmm.
A, C, and D say breakpoints.
This is true.
And B does not. That's what do we call? It's different, right?
It is different. Mm-hmm.
I mean, C could be different just because it says one word.
This is true. All right, you guys ready? I think you guys got enough.
Yeah.
Got enough observations here.
Investment companies are not permitted to charge clients the maximum 8.5% sales charge unless the firm also offers. Yeah. Not permitted, offers. What else? What are we also looking for, guys?
Now, I would say you guys are right. They're putting in the chat, also offers unless. I think in all seriousness, if we were approaching this question from a non-securities background, I think you guys are absolutely right. So what's the answer?
What is the answer? C. Someone says breakpoints.
I mean, you guys saw that we circled and.
We circled an and.
You guys see that we said A and D are opposite.
Yep.
And maybe we should have highlighted the word maximum, right? Because if you're gonna not be permitted to offer the maximum unless, wouldn't you have to add some extra benefits?
Right.
That's why I looked at this question.
Right. I saw there's two things offered there. Breakpoints and rights of accumulation.
Right. Because if I'm going to offer the max, I have to give you extra stuff.
Right.
Right. Had to be two. Plus the and, guys.
The and is key. Guys, when the only one answer has an and in it, that's it.
I mean, hint.
99% of the time it is, especially if it's a part of an opposite.
It does seem.
I would do that if I didn't know anything.
Seem that way.
All right. D, current account balance. C, balance of payments. B, trade balance. A, balance of trade. Balance 3 times. Yes. I see it 4 times, but
if you guys look at the word long enough, Man, it doesn't look
It
at the
just
weird.
blends in. Trade, current. Let's see. A and B are similar.
These are
Trade
similar.
and A and B. Yeah, I guess that's what they're looking at. It's just
Okay.
reversed, right?
Right. D's current account balance.
If I was doing this, Brandy, is it? I mean, I'm gonna say I'm gonna go at this like as somebody that knows nothing and not somebody who sat through 751 studying brews.
Yeah.
Balance of trade and trade balance, is that almost so similar that that's the same thing?
I would look at this and think it's the same thing.
So I would automatically cross off A and B just based on that.
Okay. Can I offer? Somebody said it in here that A and C were opposite. So going by A and C being opposite and going by what you're saying that we should eliminate, this says that the answer should be
C, because if we have an opposite, guys, if you don't know this, if you have an opposites two answers that are opposite of each other, most of the time it's one of those two. It's gonna be the split between those two.
right.
So if you can eliminate one already based on the fact that A and B are so similar, one could say they're the same.
Right.
And you can't answer both A and B as the answer, right?
Right.
So automatically they're crossed out. C is the answer
Exactly.
without looking at the question.
Right. Let's look at the question.
Let's look at the question. A periodic summary of the international economic transactions of a particular country is known as. Who's glad that they know these techniques because of a question like this?
I know, right? A periodic summary of the international economic transactions of a particular country is known as.
Right. It's basically
You guys got to read it like that.
It's basically the spreadsheet for a country.
Yes, there's one question. There's one word in that question that links it to the answer we think it is. There is one word. Let me repeat that. There's one word in the question that links it to the answer choice that we think it is.
I would say transactions and payments, but that's just me. I know everybody keeps saying international and they keep saying other stuff, but transactions and payments, bro.
Transactions and payments. To me, transactions and payments I don't care about a periodic summary or international economics or anything like that. What I care is that transactions balance.
Look, guys, that's out of securities. You don't even need to study anything to know that, right?
Right.
You just need to have a bank account.
Yeah.
Right? When you see the transactions on that little sheet that says how many times you paid with your debit card at certain places are made, right? And all that transaction spreadsheet that they give you from the bank, that's all payments. Am I wrong?
Can I scroll back up real quick? Hint, not always securities of vocabulary.
Don't overcomplicate. Simplify.
Wait, that one. Ready?
There's not a person on here that I don't think can get these things just by simply looking at it. Simplification.
Let's try it again.
All right, let's go. D, the regulatory element must be completed annually. The firm element must be completed annually. B, if the rep doesn't complete the regulatory element, his or her registration becomes inactive. A, if the rep has less than 70% pass rate on the regulatory element, the securities license is revoked. Yes, A does have a number in it.
Why am I not seeing? Oh, the must. I was like, why am I not seeing Mona?
Yeah, there was a must in there. Two musts.
Right. I didn't even catch that.
What do we say about musts, guys? Most of the time, if we see a must, it's like
not
true, or an except. But if it's in a law, you got to be careful.
Yes. And then what have we been noticing about numbers lately? Remember, we mentioned this last week that if there's only one answer choice that has a number, it's usually the answer. Guys, I looked at the 70%. This is what I did. I saw this question. I took a screenshot. I saw the 70. I didn't even read the question. I'm going to have to hit it.
Oh, we should probably look at the answer. Your question.
Oh, yeah.
Remember, we were looking for those keywords.
I was so
Which is false about continuing education requirements for registered reps? Guys, 70%, that's going to be the false. That's it.
I know people are studying this. Don't study.
Yeah.
Don't study.
Again, don't think too hard.
Don't
It's the number. D, broker check. C, the broker's LinkedIn profile. B, the SEC website. A firm's website. Brandy loves broker check, by the way. You guys ever want to win an agent confrontation with somebody who doesn't have a securities license, and then they're trying to sell retirement plans through life insurance? Brandy just tells the person, hey, there's this thing called broker check. It says if they're legally able to set up retirements. Let me see your name right there, sir. What's that? Oh, you don't even come up. You're not even registered to do retirements.
If you say the word investment, you better be in broker check.
That's right.
That's what I say.
And she goes, Google it.
And I go like this. You said the word investment and you don't have a broker check.
And as the client reaches for their phone, you can hear tire marks going down the street because they're gone.
Oh, so we should read the question.
Yeah, we should do that. Where would be the best place to find a broker's professional background? Broker check. That's it. Best broker's professional background. Guys, broker check.
Yes, we're not going on LinkedIn because you know what? You know why? You can make up your own LinkedIn.
It's almost like Wikipedia.
It is.
I know a lot of you guys like to do research on Wikipedia, but I like to tell you this: people can go in there and should make that happen.
Yeah.
It can be easily altered.
Mm-hmm.
And the firm's website and the SEC, that has nothing to do with that.
Again, you can create your own information on the firm's website, but broker check comes from your U4.
You ever seen somebody's picture on a firm's website? You're like, fool, that guy doesn't even wear a suit.
You know, right? So somebody said this. I can't believe this was on here. You want to know why this is on here? It's because a lot of people would overthink this. Does that make sense?
Yep.
This is a very easy overthink question.
This is why we look at answers first, because it's so obvious when you look at the answers.
Exactly.
All right, D, only if the POA or guardian has made an excessive amount of withdrawals from the account. If the registered rep suspects that abuse is occurring. B, only if the registered rep has evidence that the POA or guardian has acted fraudulently in the account. A, the registered rep cannot freeze the account. I know that some people are going like this, and especially if you just started, you're like, what is a POA? I know what a POS is. I don't know what POA is.
Power of attorney.
But I'm just saying, we could probably get this without knowing what a POA is.
I can guarantee you can get this answer without it.
Suspects abuse, right?
Okay. You guys ready for the question? Those are good. The words that we circled and underlined, those are good. Those are good words. Oh, sorry, you guys can't see.
When can a BD or a broker dealer put a freeze on account of a specified person because of suspicion that the power of attorney, POA, or guardian is abusing the account? When can a BD put a freeze on an account of a specified person because of suspicion that the power of attorney or guardian is abusing the account?
Ooh, look at this, guys. Look at. I love it. The answers in the question exactly. Suspicion, abuse, suspicion. Boom, boom. See what I mean by keeping it simple?
Keeping it simple. Look, guys, you didn't need to know anything about none of that. Just connecting the words. Suspicion, suspect, abusing, abuse. That's it. C's the answer.
Isn't that crazy? When you guys start observing, you're like, oh.
See, now, but this is where, if you didn't know any of that, this is where Stephen Walton was right. This is where you learn. Because then you go, why did I get that right? I know I got it right with the technique, but why did I get it right?
Yes, this is a definite why right. In fact, that's 2 people within 7 days that said why wrong, why right.
It's important to learn from your why rights as much as it is the why wrong.
Exactly.
But don't overthink.
Don't overthink. One more.
D, the size of the transaction. C, market volatility. B, the specific conditions of the transaction as requested by the client. A, security's recent performance. The security's recent performance. Market volatility, the size of the transaction. B is long. Yes. Requested. That is pretty important.
I think so. Broker-dealer transactions.
Yep.
Transaction. Okay.
Recent
Performance.
Yep.
Okay. So I feel like there's not much that we can go on.
Not really.
But I think what we circled was good.
Which of the following is a broker-dealer not expected to consider when attempting to get the best execution for the customer? Which of the following is a broker-dealer not expected to consider when attempting to get best execution for the customer?
I see you guys put not, but not what? Not what? Not what?
Not expected.
Yes, not expected, but what? What are we talking about? The point of the question is, yes, not expected, but what are we talking about in the question? Thank you. Best execution.
Best execution.
Now, you guys don't think, now I see that you guys are putting size of the transaction. Have you guys heard of this thing called Costco?
Bulk, baby.
See?
Is there a thing called breakpoints?
There's breakpoints. There's buying in bulk. So size of a transaction actually would.
It does kind of matter.
So I'm going to say this is a yes. Right. And again, I'm relating it to Costco, not necessarily to securities. Right. What if you requested something specific? Wouldn't that factor into best execution? Right. Somebody might pay a little extra because they want a little extra. Again, we know that from the real world. Yes. So now we get to recent performance and volatility. Couldn't we say that those two were opposite or at least similar in, we're talking about performance or volatility is risk?
Right.
Now, what do you think is more important? What do you think would be in a consideration? Ooh, the market's volatile right now, or the stock performed something like this. What do you think you would consider? Risk, right? I would consider risk. So I'm going to say yes. But the recent performance, no, man, because when it's hot, people are buying. And when it's not hot, people are selling.
I don't want to know the recent performance. I want to look at the history. I want to know how it reacted in different times when different things were happening. What would that be on the prospectus, right? Wouldn't it be on there? Mm-hmm. We look at past performance. We look at the past. What did it do in the past? We can't tell people what's in the future.
No. So guys, I'm not going to consider its recent performance on best execution. Because like I said, if it's hot, people are buying it. If it's not, people are selling it. But market volatility definitely factors into best execution. Because if the market's volatile, you gotta watch your prices.
Yeah, because that could be a different thing.
Yes.
Hey, it's not happening right now for that.
It's like when I look at market volatility, I think the cost of a Lambo versus the cost of a Civic.
It's a big cost.
Right?
That's a difference there.
That's what I see in
even a fully loaded Civic.
Right.
You're still not going to match that Lambo cost.
Right. Exactly. But recent performance, that's pretty messed up if that's what you're charging your clients.
If you get a Civic that matches the cost of a Lambo, one, that Lambo must be broken down, or that Civic better be an Autobot.
Right.
It better transform into a robot. That's all I'm saying. There must be something cool with that Civic.
Right.
Because it ain't lining up.
No.
All right, everybody. I'm so glad that you all showed up here and learned some of these skill sets and techniques, but it doesn't stop here. Go, if you have not attempted your study session yet, you already heard it say it's got to have consistency. Go get that study going on. Go get that quiz. Go use some of these things you just learned, these observations. Go through a 10-question quiz. And guys, it might not work out for you in the beginning. Don't expect like immediate results. Can you imagine if Kobe Bryant went on the field on the basketball court for the first time and he was like, yo, this crossover, dribble, this is not working for me. I hit my leg every single time. I'm just not going to do a crossover anymore. because every time I try, it hits my leg, and they're like, dude, but that's what you need to do to make it in the NBA. And he's like, nah, man, I'm gonna do it without it.
I'm over
it. Guys, you just keep doing it until you master it, until you do get it, because you know why? People winning championships are doing it.
Yes.
Learn that skill set, learn that technique, and you're gonna fail and you're gonna flub up, but that's part of the process. It's part of learning. So don't be scared to learn. Don't be afraid to fail. You'll get this. You'll do it.
Yes.
And just make sure it happens. Have a great month end, everybody. Make sure you go crush your numbers. Get ready for August, because it's your turn. It's your time. Let's make it happen. Stay safe out there. Wash your hands. Don't touch your face. Don't touch your friend's face. That's all I know. And keep that positive mental attitude. PMA, everybody. Have a great night.
Guys, thank you so much for being on. We super appreciate you. Don't forget to practice the Kona catchphrase in your next quiz, and we will see you guys tomorrow. Have a great one.
Good night.